Mano a mano, person to person.
It's just conversation.
One-on-one with Fusion.
Madtown's 93.1 Jamz, local love with your boy DJ Fusion, Violator, All-Star DJs. Got a full studio today, man. Got my man Josh Rip, and he brought the crew with him, man. Why don't you introduce everybody?
Yeah, we got the homie Nicky Gracious and Clean Slate
in the building, man.
Yes, sir.
Excited to have you all here, man. You guys have a big performance coming up this weekend, right?
Yes, sir. We're at the world's largest Brock Fest. I'll be on the grand stage at 12:45. And then right after that, we shoot over to the main stage. We got the homie Nicky Gracious, and he's going to be bringing out, you know what I'm saying, his squadron and do their thing.
This is dope, man. I'm glad to have you here, man, because we haven't really been able to sit down and just really talk about music and you know, how you and Josh got connected and, you know, what's going on, man. So we got a few singles we've been playing from you. And before we really talk about the music, Nicky, let's talk about you, bro. Like, what got you into music? Where are you from?
I'm from Volusia County, Florida. That's where I consider home. Away from my main home in heaven. But, you know, it's like Indiana has been where all of this kind of organically developed.
Okay.
So pretty much that's where it all started in terms of recognition between the music and where I live and all that. Indiana is where it all started. So,
all right.
Big ups to Indiana.
And man, that's crazy.
You know, it's doing this. It's just been an amazing thing, man. Working with Rip, how I met him was from the viral video on Facebook that my sister shared.
Okay.
Of me doing stand up for the very first time, and it was all organic, just in the moment type thing. And God blessed it, and it blew up, and it went viral on Facebook. And when it turned about 250,000 views, brother Rip reached out to me and said he wanted to make a video and wanted to do it professionally and you know,
bring proper.
And he had the resources to make that happen.
So was your first video? Is this like what, an iPhone shot?
Very first video.
Yeah, she was just on her phone in the back of a seat of a car and he was freestyling to it. Yeah.
And it was that good,
man. I'm telling you, like, straight from, like, he did it all the way through, you know what I mean? Like, nonstop, not messing up, like, all the way through. And it was just, like, goosebumps the whole way through. And you're just literally, like, watching that video, like, jaw dropped. Like, is he really just still going for, like, 3.5 minutes straight? Like, didn't mess up. He just went with it. And it was hard. It was anointed. It was, like, very powerful. And I didn't even have to watch it for a second time. Like, I reached out to his sister right away. I'm like, bro, like, you know, we need to make this into a song, man. Like, yeah.
That's dope.
What was crazy, like, there were some other big artists that were kind of reaching out, trying to get me to, you know, work with them or possibly let them on a song. And, you know, at one point in time, I would have been quick to jump on those
opportunities.
Yeah. But, you know, God kind of slowed me down, like, hey, don't.
Maybe this isn't the right lane.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was it like some non-faith based artists and collaborations, more
I'm not
street based?
100% sure about where they are with their faith. I'm pretty sure this particular artist, he's a believer, but yeah, they were still living that life a little bit.
All right.
You know,
it's good to be true to yourself and be true to your roots and where you need to be.
When he contacted me, it was no razzle dazzle. There was no like, I'm gonna give you this, I'm gonna give you that. I know this person, I know that person. I can hook you up with this person. And it wasn't none of that. It was, I believe in the message in that song. I believe in what God's doing with it, and I want to offer you these resources. No strings attached. I just want to work with it.
Yeah, man. And how long ago was that?
Began everything.
2.5 years ago?
Yeah.
No, 2.5 years. Yeah, like fall of 2020, I want to say.
Yep. That's exactly when it was.
That's crazy, man. It's been a really crazy ride for the last couple of years, man. You guys have really made some noise too, man. You know, from just, you know, this organic meeting to, you know, coming up with a stage performance to raising funds to buy a bus and fund these albums and projects, man. Like, this is really groundbreaking stuff that other artists really do. Like, you know, you're not taking that traditional beaten path to get there. You're finding your own lane to get it.
Well, as an independent artist, and Andy Mineo said it best, you got to have the pocket and the stomach for it.
Right.
You know, so it's like you don't have the label backing you up like that. You know what I mean? Like a major label.
Well, a label deal these days isn't what it was when we were kids either.
Exactly. I mean, Rip Records is the only label I need. I mean, everything that anybody else would have in any professional setting, I got access to that with one person. That dude's a machine.
Amazing. He's really amazing.
He is a mad scientist.
Man, so Clean Slate Land, how do you come into the mix?
Wow, man. So as Nicky touched on the video, the raw video that Rip seen, I actually saw that shortly after that. And it spoke to me, like Rip said. I felt like Nicky was telling my story.
Okay.
I had come out of a lifelong of addiction. I think it's 23 years, and I was about 6 months into this new walk with the Lord, man. And I saw the video, and it just spoke to me. It was one of the most powerful things I'd ever seen. I reached out to Nicky shortly after and had discussed with him about coming to do a New Year's Eve event in my local community in South Mississippi. It was the first type of a revival event that we would ever be doing there. And he accepted the offer. And a few weeks later, I started writing my first song, and I just reached out and said, man, what would it take to come up to you guys and, you know, and use those resources to record a song professionally and shoot a video? And the first thing he said, I would have never expected. He said, you want me to get on this song too? And I was like, bro, you've never even heard me. I've never recorded. I'm just like Josh from Mississippi. He's like, let's do it, bro. Send it to me. And I sent him a raw video of me on a camper, actually, at my buddy's property. And that's what set off Trenches, was the debut song that I ever released with him that he put on his album. And man, it's just been a blessing and an honor ever since, man. Like, it's just amazing to have these brothers in my life and the love they've shown me in this new walk and in this career in music. Both of these brothers, I'm just so grateful to have them in my life today.
Man, and this weekend, y'all are going to be able to do your craft together.
Yes.
And share this with other people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
For everything that it has to offer.
Yeah,
It's a big, I mean, Nicky knows because he was a guest on stage with me last year, but I mean, this is probably gonna be one of Slate's biggest shows, man. And
The biggest so far, definitely.
it's just to get on the stage and have a platform like that, man, and to give the world what, you know, to give the world your heart, man, and give them, you know, just everything that man you've been through. You know, like he said, you know, he felt like Nicky was telling his story, you know, and people just
Jesus.
really, man, yeah. I mean, they just, I mean, it resonates. It just, man, you know, I mean, every show that we do at Broadfest, man, someone else comes up and their life has changed. You know, like, man, you know, your song spoke to me, or this and that, or I'm going through this too, or whatever. So it's always very, very rewarding. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, Broadfest is the world's largest Broadfest. Is a crazy experience to have
awesome.
to be on the stage at. You know what I mean? It's just amazing. It's a blessing.
That's awesome, man. So let's talk a little bit about the music, man. Your biggest single to date right now is This I Pray.
Yes, sir. That song I wrote in a prison cell.
Which I'm guessing had something to do with your change to faith-based lifestyle.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it had, you know, it played a significant role. That song, it was just really me talking to God about these feelings that I was having in terms of being considered forgiven for the things that I had done. And that was a lot of them. Some bogus stuff, you know what I mean? Some real terrible stuff. And it just overwhelmed me, and it came out on that paper. And after we had released Stand Up, which is my second biggest single to date, we didn't think that we would be able to make another song that would even pale in comparison to Stand Up because of how strong that wave got with the viral video, and then the professional video living up to you know, the standard that people wanted it to. We were kind of doubtful about releasing it and thinking it was gonna do
the numbers
much.
that it did.
Right, and it's almost it'll probably break 3 million by the time we get on stage.
That's
Which
awesome,
is
man.
Views,
absolutely
YouTube
amazing.
views, yeah.
Yeah, YouTube
I mean,
views.
yeah, it's his biggest single. Like I said, I mean, as a producer too, like just knowing how, you know, being a DJ for all those years too, you know, I'm like, man, I was just was like, bro, I don't know how we gonna top stand up. And I'm like, this I praise cool, but I mean, it ain't. Well, you know, sometimes you never know, man. It's the people that speak, man. Song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's outside of your hands. It's about the content and how relatable it is to the people that it's getting back to.
That's right.
So to this day, man, I just know we have, man. There's the possibilities are endless, and he has so much more heat to come too, man. So there's no telling. Yeah. Woo.
Yes.
We got a couple other singles that we've been banging, man, and you know, like you said, your music slaps, man. You know, On Go. What's this single about?
Okay, so we have the Great Commission on the side of our tour bus.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Go therefore into all nations, baptizing in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit." And that's what he told us to do, you know. So like, what we're doing is we're just going. And at any time, if you see me in traffic, if you see me at home, if you see me at work, if you see me in the car, you know what I mean? I'm on go. So it's like, I want people to know that this is who I am, and I'm not.
It's the lifestyle. It's the motivation.
Yeah, it's not just music. It's not just what we talk about. Like, we're out here, we live in this. You know, and a lot of people, you know, they talk about things in a way that sounds real good, but their actions outside of the booth don't correlate.
Yeah, they talk the talk, but they ain't walking the walk. That's know. Yeah. There's a lot of that going on in the world.
Like that. I never even knew the concept of that song either till now. I like that. That's cool.
And shout out to our brother Sori. He's on that track with us as well. The Trench Music EP
he is no joke.
Man, the
Trench Music EP is
the dude that does a hook.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an amazing brother.
So what's the single that's from the Trench Music EP? Is that's on go?
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
So when does Trench Music come out?
Hopefully
later.
Sometime within the next 6 months.
Okay. And that's the two of you?
And
that's
Sori.
him and I and Sori PM.
Okay.
And also, we're going to have some featuring artists as well on that EP that the Lord's just put in our place. Yeah. My fiance, Mallory B, Jay List. We've got a brother out at Victory in Texas as well that we ran into. Whoever the Lord puts in our path, man, and tells us, hey, go. That's what it's about. The Lord tells us.
Brother Robert.
They ain't got that Rip on that album?
Come on, man.
I'm
I'm just
Rip made a post like not too long ago talking about he was maybe done and this might be his last album. So like, I think he's playing like Rip's got some heat coming.
Yeah, Rip has some heat coming. It's coming. Rip's just all around amazing as an artist, as a video shooter, as a mixing and mastering. Like he truly is one of a kind, man. And the heart he has, the love he has for his brothers in the ministry. You know, it's not just the music. I've seen it with Nicky, and then he shared that same love with me, and it's just been a beautiful thing. Rip's just all around one of the best brothers I've ever had.
Yeah, man.
I just want to branch out, do some other things. I got a lot, with these talents, but
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, but that trench music, that's gonna be hard, man. I mean, you guys already know Nicky's hard. Like, I love the brother here. He goes hard too, and Sori too, man. All three of them, man. That's a beast collaboration, like trio of brothers right there, man. So that album's gonna go hard. That On Go is that. You heard that On Go, man. You spun that.
Man, that's hard.
That's hard, man.
Yeah, and if you weren't into faith-based music or down with it, like you wouldn't really know unless you started really listening
to
the lyrics. You know what I mean? Like you had to really get into it. Like it definitely just slides right into rotation nicely.
Oh, we're still speaking that word.
Yeah, man. But that's cool though.
Hard slapping Memphis style beat.
Yep.
Man, that thing goes in.
And Sori's got a
contemporary sound that sounds real.
Real I wish he could have been here. He was on a bus actually. He's coming up from Texas for this weekend, and they just got a flat tire in the middle of Oklahoma.
At the Greyhound station, they did bogus at the Greyhound.
Yeah,
man.
He didn't catch the bus. The first bus didn't come.
He said yesterday the bus never came, and Greyhound couldn't explain it. So they said, "We'll have you one tomorrow." That was today, so he'll be here tomorrow morning.
Wow, show's over.
Jeez, so you done lost a whole bus full of people.
Man, tell me about Sinner Saved.
So Sinner Saved is a song that I wrote really, really quickly, although it was probably one of the most lyrically complex, maybe. if I would say, the wordplay kind of stepped up in that song in comparison to a lot of the previous
Some of the
songs
other
that
stuff,
were just all passion and emotion. And I wanted to show that I had more of a skill set than just that. So Right and Center Saved, I wrote, all three of those verses really quickly, and I was struggling coming up with a chorus. And when I came up to Rip's house, we were talking about recording it that weekend, and he asked me, like, how do you plan on recording this? Like, we don't even have a hook.
But the simplistic.
But the thing is, though, that's the third beat for that song. There was 2 other beats before that that you recorded to even, and I was just like, nah, that ain't it. The producer and me, I'm like, nah, that ain't it.
Yeah.
And then we went back this third time, and we had another brother actually help out. That I kind of directed on the direction of the beat. And he beefed it up, man. Man, that thing go hard now.
My goodness.
But
it slaps on Center.
But the first two, the first one, I didn't like the first beat, and then the second one was more of a chill. It's kind of like that. What's that one song with Ludacris that the real slow, like Nappy Rooster kind of. It was like a real more mellow. But the you know what I'm saying? You recorded to that one, and I'm like, nah, the lyrics go way harder. And then so we came.
Yeah, I know what song you're talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah, with the acoustic riff.
And then
we came back with the one with that synth line, and then
and then I'm like, no, it needs to go harder, and then we finally got the beat.
Them deep 808s, them things hidden. I love those.
And then you had to redo the chorus, right? And then you came up with that like real quick, and we did it. And
I ended up writing a chorus in like 2 minutes, and
but it worked though, and it's simple. You know what I mean? Like
people turn up to it.
Yeah.
Big time.
They do.
It's a banger.
I'm like, man, they're turning up that real big wave.
That video was fun too. That video was amazing.
We shot that one in Texas on our last tour.
Bunch of low riders. Hitting switches, 3-wheel motion, everything.
Real big
That's
wave.
Dope, man.
They was clowning the whole video. It was awesome.
So you got Trench Music is coming out here in the next few months, but you got an album that's already out there. What's the name of that?
The name of the current album is Kill Me. By Nicky Gracious. Obviously, most of the songs produced by Rip Records production, and it's been out since October of last year, and it's been blessed. Like, I can't believe every day I get up and to be able to do what I do for a living, to be able to provide for my family, to be able to provide an avenue that others can provide for their families with, and just to be able to use the music that I knew influenced my mind so much as a kid,
right?
To be able to take the most powerful truth and the most amazing message that would not only bless somebody's heart, but their life and how they can live, is just amazing. Like, there's no other better feeling than that. Knowing that people are receiving something good into their lives, man. There's nothing better than that.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So the album, how many tracks on it?
There are 11.
Nice full-length feature.
11 or 12.
I think
11. I think there's 11.
11 tracks. It's a pretty solid album. There's a couple bangers on there right at the end. One King that we're getting ready to make complete the video for, and then we're getting ready to get in pre-production for Power in the Blood immediately after that.
So you still got some plans to keep pushing this one for a minute yet?
Yeah. I mean, Power in the Blood is already done like 100,000, and there's not even a music video or
just on like Spotify or something.
Yeah.
No, that's just on YouTube. Just on YouTube.
It's like a visualizer or something.
Yeah, you know how it's just the album cover. Just the album cover. Yeah.
So I'm like, man, if we make
that's really great organic feedback.
A video would go,
He's got this vision for the video that's just like, I'm like, man, that's like Fast and Furious type.
Well, you can pull it off though. He can back it up. He can back that idea up.
Type.
I don't always know how these visions come to life, but they always do. I mean, I do know how they come, but I mean, like, to me, my own, human mind can't comprehend it, but God all sees them through every single time.
Well, this is it though. You come together with like-minded individuals that are seeing the same message and helping you accomplish that same goal. You know what I mean? Like, the team that you built is on that same mission. So that's cool, man. You know, it's really cool to see how you guys have come up over the last couple of years and the success that you've had, man. This is amazing.
It is. It's a humbling experience. Like, to me, I dreamed my whole life as a youngster to get on stage and perform for people and do poetry and write songs. I was that kid.
Okay.
You know, writing poetry all the time. Wanting everybody to listen to my poems. That was me. So, like,
and that was what you're doing professionally.
To be able to do it for a living,
yeah,
is amazing.
That's dope, man.
Amazing.
So how can Madtown tap in with the album, learn more about you,
Man,
find you?
Madtown, y'all can check me out on YouTube, Nicky Gracious. Y'all can see me on Rip Records YouTube channel. Y'all can check me out at Nicky Gracious Music on Insta, TikTok. Man,
NickyGraciousMusic.com will have all his links.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
That's it.
And if y'all want some fresh merch, y'all stay tuned for the new merch drop on GraciousGear.com.
Gracious Gear, I like it. That entrepreneurial spirit.
Fresh.
Keep getting that money. Got to fund the future, right?
That's right.
That's what's up, guys. I appreciate y'all coming in and sharing your story and what's going on, talking about this music, man. Nicky, I appreciate that, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Clean Slate, man. Appreciate you as
Thanks
well,
for having
guys.
us.
You guys have a great performance at Bratfest this weekend and just rock Madtown.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, man. It was an honor.
Man,
an honor.
Anybody else y'all want to shout out while you're here?
And shout out to my grandmama, Donna Mars.
For
I love
real.
you, Grandma.
Man,
Big shout out to
I
my
love
mama,
Donna.
Marsha
Hey,
Greyhouse.
Grandma Donna, man.
Big shout out to Christina Greyhouse. What's up, sis? All right.
Shout out to Mallory B, my fiance, and our children, Caleb and Espen. And shout out to our brother Jay, man. We got an upcoming movie that we're looking to potentially being in called Sword of the Spirit. Just want to give him a shout out.
Absolutely. And big shout out to my brother Randall and Jay List down there in Anderson.
You.
All right, guys, tear it up at Bratfest this weekend. Glad to have Nicky Gracious, Clean Slate, and Josh Rip in the studio today. Catch the full conversation at madtownjams.com.
Yeah.
Local Love with DJ Fusion on Madtown's 93.1 Jamz.